Hello YouTube family, Greg D here, back with another video. I wanted to make this video real quick because I've noticed that we've been getting a lot of new subscribers to the channel. So, and I also get a ton of questions, especially if you follow my fitness videos regarding, why I modify certain moves. So I wanted to make this video very quickly to kind of give you my story and show you the method to my madness. So to start off, I am Greg D. Hello. I am 31 years old. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I have a wife. We've been married for a little over 2 years now. We've been together for 4. We just had our first child. We have a son named Mason, who is 2 months old as of Thursday, October the 20th. Coming up. If you notice in some of my vlogs where I talk about success and motivation and things to better yourself, that is because I am a psychology nerd. I did graduate with my master's degree in psychology this past summer, so I'm very interested in interactions and relationships and why we do things the way that we do, how we do, why we behave the way that we do. That kind of stuff very, very interests me. So I'm hugely into like self-help, personal development stuff. So for example, Tony Robbins is a big one that I like. I love his stuff. So I'm a huge, kind of psychological nerd. And as far as the fitness videos and why I have to modify things the way that I do, and kind of tweak things so that they work for me, is because when I was 2 days old, I had a stroke, which partially paralyzed my left side and caused brain damage because I went 6 minutes without oxygen. So if you notice, like especially when I update my progress, my physical progress, as far as the PHUL program, or just trying to lose some fat, the reason why or should I say, that's why you'll notice, like, for example, my left arm is a lot smaller than my right arm, maybe not as defined. That goes back to the stroke. My left side is a lot smaller, a lot weaker. So I kind of have to modify things so that they work for me, so that I am capable of doing them. The brain damage actually also affected my balance. So a lot of times that's why I won't do actual squats. I'll do the hack squat, for example. So that's one of the reasons why I have to modify things the way that I do. And, it's sometimes it can be tough trying to find ways that I can still do the movement and still, make progress. But, as long as I can find something to continue to make that progress, then I'm all for it. So like I said, a lot of people might say like, oh, why wouldn't you do actual squats? And it's because the hack squat is what works for me because of the balance issue. That's the best thing for me. So like I said, when you watch my fitness videos, especially like when I show you my physical progress, if you notice that, like, I don't have as much definition on one side, or one side looks smaller, or it looks like I'm not making any physical progress, that's part of the reason why. Another part of that goes into before the wife and I had our child, I actually found out that I have hypogonadism, which basically means that one of my testicles does not produce the amount of testosterone that it should. So I'm basically working with one working testicle. And basically that was throwing my hormones out of whack. I had low testosterone after testing. I was in very low levels, like low sperm count, all that stuff. So probably from now until the rest of my life, I have to take a pill that basically tells my pituitary gland to tell my testicles to produce more testosterone so that I can be up in normal levels, because there's all kinds of health factors that can happen to you with low testosterone, especially in men, obviously. So that's a big part of my story too, as far as why you may not necessarily like see me losing fat right away. It's because my hormones are they're better. I wouldn't say they're completely fixed, but they're much better than they were. Actually, because of the low testosterone, I did balloon up to I was 240 pounds at my heaviest. Right now I'm sitting pretty at probably about 210, 215. So once again, like I said, that's the reason why. I realize now that I've been rambling for 5 minutes. So I think I'm going to conclude this video here. So I hope that gave you guys some insight as far as, you know, my story, why I do things the way that I do, why I make the videos that I do for this channel. And please feel free to ask me any kinds of questions. I love answering them. You know, I'm so used to the questions about, especially about the stroke. You know, even when I was a kid, I had a ton of kids ask me questions. So I'm definitely used to it. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. So like I said, feel free to ask me questions. Hope this was informative. Hope this gave you some insight into, like I said, why I do things the way that I do, why I make these videos. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. As always, please hit the thumbs up button. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, we'll see you guys soon.